Hello and welcome once again. I am Father Balmax Pereira from St. Joseph Vaz College, Kortali, and today's module is for the Bachelor of Science students of Botany in the third semester. Paper code is BOS 101, paper title Floriculture. The unit title is a Unit 2, Study of Commercial Plants. The module name is Flowering Plants, and today we are going to deal with orchid and jasmine. This is module number 8. So we'll be seeing the taxonomic position, botanical description and economic importance of these plants. This module states the taxonomic position of orchid and jasmine. It provides a short botanical description about both, evaluates the economic importance of these flowering plants, and cites examples of commercial orchid and jasmine plants. Orchids are the most fascinating flowers on this earth, and they belong to the family Orchidaceae. Orchidaceae is the largest family of angiosperms. The family contains more than 80,000 hybrids. So many species, so many hybrids. They belong to the subkingdom Phanerogams, division Angiosperms, class Monocotyledons, order Orchidales, family Orchidaceae, and genus Orchis. You can see this beautiful flower, and if you are having these flowers at your home, you must be watching this beauty every day. Now, orchid flowers are really fascinating. They are perfect, terminal, either solitary or in a spike, or sometimes in the clusters of raceme or panicles. Now these flowers, if you observe a single flower, you will see 7 different parts. There are 3 sepals. You can see here, this is a sepal, this is a sepal, this is a sepal. 3 sepals in this plant. There are 2 petals. You can see here the brighter one. This is the sepal, the petal, and a lip. You can see here this is lip or labellum. Actually, this is the 3rd petal itself that has been transformed into a labellum. You also have a column. We will see that in the next slide, and that has anther and stigma in it. Now the sepals that we have, they may be free from one another, or sometimes they are united, especially at the base, and on coming together at the base they form a type of a tube that we can call as a sepaline tube. Here you can see the floral parts of orchid. Here we have the sepals, we have a dorsal sepal, we have 2 lateral sepals, one on the either side. We have petals over here, 2 broad ones, although these are all white colored, and the labellum, the beautiful labellum, is here. Now this is a lip-like structure, actually a petal that has been transformed, as I have said. Different orchids will have different type of labellum, and they will be transformed in a beautiful way. And the other part, that is the 7th part, is the column. Now this column is condensed, and the anthers and the stigma are in this column. This is with the help of a pedicel. The flower has a pedicel, and here you can see the sepaline tube where the sepals are joined together over here, forming this tube. So this is the pedicel. Now these fascinating flowers are commercially very important. Some of the important genera that we see over here, Cymbidium species. If you look at these flowers, you see how the labellum has been transformed. It has been transformed into a boat shaped. Together this full flower looks like as if it is a boat, and that is why it is called as boat orchids. These are boat orchids. We have Dendrobium species. This is one of the most common species. Most of our homes will have this Dendrobium species because they grow anywhere. We have Phalaenopsis species. If you look at this Phalaenopsis species, you can see it looks like a moth. There are other varieties also. It looks like a moth, takes a shape of a moth, and that's why it is called as moth orchids. Here you can see a type of a cat's tail. It is also called as foxbrush orchids, Aridis species. Cattleya species, it is called as lady auckland orchids. You can see the beautiful transformation of this labellum. Also we have Paphiopedilum species, which is also called as Venus sleeper orchids. You can see here how beautiful this orchid is. And we have Vanda, which is normally called as Singapore orchids. Now commercially, this is very significant plant. Commercially, it can be significant as using for aesthetics in our homes, or it can be sold as cut flowers. So for aesthetics, if you are using it in your drawing rooms, then we go for shade loving plants. So it has a foliage that is loving the shade, and these are to be selected. The example is Paphiopedilum. You can use this species in your drawing rooms. If you are using it in the verandas, then it requires partial shade. So the partial shade loving orchids can be hung in the wooden baskets, as you can see over here in this is in the veranda. The wooden baskets or wooden logs can be used, or it can be hung in a basket type of a metal. The example is Cymbidium species or Dendrobium species also, or also Aridis species. Or sometimes they just love sun, and those are grown in the large space outside your homes. So the sun loving orchids can be grown outside. They can be terrestrial orchids as well as the epiphytic orchids. And the best examples that we have is Arudhiana graminifolia or Vanda species, or even some Dendrobium species are commercially significant as large or outside the house orchids. Now when we harvest and market these plants, these orchids, as I have said, this is the most fascinating flower. Everybody loves orchids. So they can be marketed as cut flowers, and as we have seen, as aesthetic plants. For cut flower marketing, some points are to be kept in mind. First of all, the grading. The prices are fixed according to the size and color of the flower. So each flower will be different size, different color, wonderful colors. So according to the color and size, prices will be fixed for each type of orchid. Once it is harvested, it needs storage. So once cut, once again it has to be given a cold treatment, that is around 5 to 7 degrees Celsius, and in this way it can be stored for nearly 10 to 14 or 15 days. And as it is transported, mostly it is exported to other countries, then you need these days, so it is stored well. For marketing, we need good packaging. So good packaging would be that it should be airtight, it should be waterproof, and it should be strong. Now when you do the packaging, what they do is they enclose a wet cotton or a wet cloth at the cut end of the flower, and this is important to maintain the humidity in the package itself, so that the orchid flowers don't get destroyed. So the vase life or the shelf life that we call. Now orchid flowers by themselves, they are long lasting, but if they are destroyed or if they are mishandled, then the shelf life can decrease, and that is why we need good handling of orchids. The next plant we have is jasmine, and taxonomically it belongs to phanerogams, angiosperms, monocotyledons. The order is Lamiales, family Oleaceae, and genus Jasminum. Now jasmine flowers, they are very fragrant flowers. If we have the mogra in a garden, if you just go out, or even if you are inside your house, you can get this fragrance all around our houses. So normally it is used in garlands for personal adorning by women around their hair. Even men use it as a wristband sometimes. And of course, jasmine is used for religious offerings. Besides these flowers, it gives us extracted essential oil, and this essential oil is of high value. Normally it is used in perfumery and essential oil industry. Out of all other oils, jasmine oil is very unique because it blends well with other floral extracts, and finally it gives you a high grade perfumes or cosmetics that we use today. Natural cosmetics can be taken from jasmine flowers. So commercially they are very significant. A plant can yield up to 12 to 15 years continuously. So when to do the harvesting depends for what you want to use these flowers. So if you want to use these flowers as fresh flowers, that is for adorning or for religious purposes, then a fully developed unopened flower buds are to be picked as fresh flowers, and that is to be done in the morning itself. If you are using it for oil extraction, then the flower has to be fully opened, and the fully opened plant has to be picked early morning, that is around or before 9:30, so that the volatile oil is present in these flowers in maximum. While harvesting, if there are wrinkled or damaged flowers, they may be discarded without taking to the market, because they will be discarded if they go as wrinkled and damaged flowers. So important genera of commercial importance that we have, we can see different shapes or different types of floral parts. Here we have summer jasmine, that is Jasminum officinale. We have winter jasmine, that is Jasminum nudiflorum. We have different types of flowers over here. We can see the whorls in a different way. We have Jasminum sambac, which is sturdy, which is having more petals in it. We also have an important one that is Jasminum grandiflorum. Now these are the important genera, and they are commercially very important. Now packaging and marketing, once again packaging should be economical, it should be attractive, and the packaging that has been done has to be acceptable in the markets. Once harvesting is done, cold treatment is given before it is packed into these boxes. And of course we use the corrugated cardboard boxes, and these corrugated cardboard boxes are used to send these flowers to a distant market. So the growers who sell their flowers, they also use small bags to transport the flowers to the market. Simple bags like maybe gunny bags, or even the fertilizer bags that they get, or even the polythene bags once again. The wholesalers normally use bamboo baskets, and in order to maintain the necessary moisture and air circulation in these bamboo baskets, they use water sprinkled papers. So the papers that are sprinkled with water are placed inside the bamboo baskets, and they will maintain this moisture and air circulation. So we can see over here in the market, they are used in a different way. They are used for decoration, they are used for worship, they are used for many other things. So here are references. So orchids and jasmine, they are very important plants, and we can grow them and we can use them for our benefit and for beauty. Thank you.